Yo, so ChatT23 back with another video. Going to be doing a NBA talk video. I'm going to be doing an NBA talk video. Me just talking about the games that just happened today and everything. I got my phone right here. I'm going to be looking at the standings or not the standings, the scores, because I can't memorize the scores or anything, but I'm gonna go over some of the scores. So, first game that I watched to its entirety is Milwaukee versus Chicago. Obviously, DeRozan had a really good game. He had 40 points, but no one else showed up. We had Patrick Williams drop 18 points per game. Good defensively. Vucevic went 3 and 19. Now that's going to be a problem when it comes playoff time. If we match up against the Milwaukee Bucks, that's going to be trouble because Brook Lopez can defend, Giannis can defend, Chris Middleton can defend, Grayson Allen can defend, Drew Holiday can defend. I was gonna say PJ Tucker, but he's not on the Pistons, or he's not on the Bucks anymore. Bobby Portis can defend. It's gonna be trouble because DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Vucevic all have to do what they got to do. And when we play against good teams, we're terrible. We are not good defensively or offensively against really good teams. We are like 1-17, 1-18 now against good teams. And the only reason we won a game against a good team is because we played the Celtics before they went on this historical run. So yeah. And then Milwaukee, Brook Lopez had a really good game, 28 points. Giannis didn't even score. The only person that scored 20 was Brook Lopez. Drew Holiday, 11 points, 13 assists. Chris Middleton, 19 points. Giannis, 18, 9, and 7. Wesley Matthews, 11. Bobby Portis and Grayson Allen both had 13 off the bench. That's not good. That's not good. When Brook Lopez scores 28, he was dogging Vucevic. Just going absolutely crazy against Vucevic. I'm going to get to the Lakers eventually. This is a game I had on, but I really wasn't watching. I'm going to go back and watch Joel Embiid's highlights, or his possessions. 45 points, 13 rebounds. James Harden had 11 points and 14 assists. Tyrese Maxey had a 30-point game. Tobias Harris looks like he had a alright game, 17, 6, 5, and 4 steals. Wow. 5 of 11, 5 of 6 from 3. So he was on it today, and then Shake Milton had 10, and that was really the story of the game. I do want to go back and watch Joel Embiid's possessions, probably Tyrese possessions, James Harden, Tobias Harris, maybe Matisse Thybulle to see how he was defensively. Sorry if I'm looking down a lot. I'm trying to get everything. Like, I'm not gonna go too deep into some of these games that I didn't watch. I'm gonna give you a little summary of what I see right here. I had the game on, but I really wasn't watching because the Bulls were on. I had the Nets and Rockets game on. It's just because I'm watching the Nets more now because Kyrie and KD are both playing. I had the Cavs and Magic game, which I'm going to talk about next. I had a couple of different games on. Buddy Hield, 25 and 11. Tyrese Halliburton, 21 and 8. Isaiah Jackson, 16 points. Terry Taylor had 13 points. And then Jalen Smith had 19 and 7. I'm happy Jalen Smith is getting minutes. I think he was a really good... Was he a rookie? Last year, I forget. I think he's a really good young player. Darius Garland, 27, 6, and 10. The Magic won, and I'm kind of happy. I love watching Darius Garland play. I still have love for Larry Markin, and I understand why he wanted to leave. But I wanted the Cavs to lose. With a Cavs loss, that clinched us a playoff spot. We're not going into the play-in, so the teams that are in the play-in right now are going to be in the play-in. I think Toronto has a playoff spot. I think Toronto did clinch their playoff spot with their win tonight. I think it's to be Cavs, Hawks, Nets, and Hornets in the play-in. I think the playoffs are set. Lakers are out. Well, actually, I don't know about the Eastern Conference. I think the Eastern Conference can still no, because the Nets are the 10th seed, and they clinched their playoff spot, or they clinched their play-in spot. So yeah, I think the playoffs are set. Detroit met Orlando and Indiana. They're done, and then the Rockets, Thunder, and Lakers are done, which is no. There's more teams than that. I'm slow. There's more teams that are out, but those are like the major. Sacramento Kings. I'm gonna name them. Sacramento Kings, Lakers. Wow, I cannot think. San Antonio. No, not San Antonio. Lakers, Kings, Thunder, Rockets, and there's one more team that I'm pretty sure is eliminated because there's. Oh, what's the other team that's eliminated? What is the other team that's eliminated? I am drawing a big blank, bro. I can't think of the team. Anyways, Orlando beat the Cavs, and I was happy. Like I said, I love watching the Cavs play, especially when they're fully healthy. But as a Bulls fan, we needed them to lose so we can clinch a playoff spot. Even though we clinched the playoff spot, I don't think we're doing anything in the playoffs. Playoffs are looking dead for us, especially because we can't win anymore. We can't win anymore. DeMar DeRozan can go off for 40, and we'll still get blown out. Obviously, we didn't have Zach LaVine, but I don't think that would have really helped us. Garland 27, 6 and 10. Larry Markkinen had 25, and Kevin Love had 17 and 13 off the bench. And Mo Bamba had 21 and 12, and Ignis, I don't know. I think you know who I'm talking about. He had 20 points off the bench. Orlando won. Again, that's another game I had on, but I wasn't paying full attention to it. I was watching it, but I mean, it was just a close game. The Cavs are very injured, and the Magic aren't really playing for anything, so there's no expectations. And they just came out and they beat a playoff team. It happens. Now, Brooklyn versus Houston was interesting. Kyrie Irving had 42. Durant only had 18. He kind of struggled from the field. But Kyrie did his thing. Cam Thomas did his thing. He had 13 points on 4-6 shooting. Andre Drummond had 10, 11, 1, 1, and 2. Not very efficient, but it's Andre Drummond. What do you expect? Bruce Brown had 15 points, and that was for Brooklyn. And then Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green both had 30 and 36. So it was pretty much Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Green versus Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant. That's pretty much what it was. And Kevin Porter Jr. was balling, same with Jalen Green. They're both straight buckets. In the same backcourt, really don't know how it's going to work because Kevin Porter Jr. needs to be able to play make for Jalen Green to get him easier buckets. That's why I also think John Wall would have been amazing for Jalen Green and probably helped him get Rookie of the Year, is because John Wall would have just facilitated play make. And John Wall's still an all-star caliber player, as we saw last year. He averaged 20 points per game when he did play. He only played about half the season, but he was still able to score, and he was still able to facilitate, play decent defense, and he helped the Rockets win a few games. It wasn't too bad, but him just being able to play make for Jalen Green, get him easy shots, give him easy buckets, definitely would have helped Jalen Green in his Rookie of the Year case earlier in the year. As of right now, if we were going on second half, I think Jalen Green probably has the best chance. Him and Cade Cunningham probably have the best chance of winning Rookie of the Year, but he can't now. And let me know, should I do an entire, the NBA awards, should I make it as an entire video, or should I do Rookie of the Year, Most Improved, MVP, Rookie of the Year? Coach of the Year really wouldn't be. I think Coach of the Year would be a decent video. Just do them all separate, or should I just put them all together and just make this big video? Let me know. For the Miami Heat versus the Atlanta Hawks, Miami Heat just blew them out. Miami Heat's a better team. Miles Bridges had 29. LaMelo had 18 and 14. And Jimmy Butler had 27. Bam Adebayo had 22. Tyler Hero at 35. Duncan Robinson at 21. They just came in and started firing off the bench. And I swear Oladipo played. I'm tripping. I thought Oladipo played. I really did think Oladipo played. But yeah, it was just... the fourth quarter really blew it open, to be honest. Toronto versus Atlanta. Trae Young had 26 points and 15 assists. He's struggled a little bit shooting, but that's going to happen when you're a smaller guard and you're a chucker. He's a playmaker, don't get me wrong, and he can score, but he's also a low-key chucker. I think he's more of a chucker than... No, I said that wrong. He is a scorer, but he shoots a lot. And he can also play make very good. He's a very good playmaker, one of the best in the NBA. DeAndre Hunter, 20 points. Clint Capella had 10 and 14. Kevin Huerter had 21, and Bogdanovich had 19 and 9. For Toronto Raptors, Pascal Siakam had 21 and 13. So all you got to say, Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet struggled. Wow. I didn't even realize I was watching the game. I knew Fred VanVleet didn't have a good game, but shooting 4 of 21, that's crazy. I did not expect that to happen. But Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, Scotty Barnes, Gary Trent, Preston Achiuwa, Chris Boucher. I think this is my sleeper team for the East, the Toronto Raptors. They got straight defense in the starting lineup. They got Fred VanVleet, who's not a defender, but he can defend because he's like, if he was going up against, I want to think of a bigger guard. Who's going up against a James Harden? I think he can hold his own. No one's going to be able to really bully him unless you're Joel Embiid. But Tobias Harris would struggle. Tobias Harris would struggle backing down Fred VanVleet because he's just big. He's a strong guard. They got Fred VanVleet. They got Scotty Barnes, who honestly, you can argue either Cade, Evan Mobley, or Scotty Barnes as Rookie of the Year. Pascal Siakam, All-NBA player, All-Star. Wasn't an All-Star this year, but he didn't play for the first month or two, whatever. Gary Trent Jr. just a straight 3-and-D player, and he can get buckets almost with the best of them. Kem Birch, he's more of a rim-protecting lob threat. Precious Achiuwa, like a Montrezl Harrell, but he shoots some threes. He missed all 4 of them, but he shoots them. Chris Boucher, I'd say he's more of I don't even know, like a stretch 4, but he can shoot the 3 a little bit. And then they got Thaddeus Young, who's Thaddeus Johnson. And Malachi Flynn's an underrated player for the team. And they also got OG Anunoby and Yuta Watanabe. I think they're a pretty deep team now that they got Thaddeus Young. I mean, you're probably not really throwing in Uta Watanabe in a playoff game, and maybe not Malachi Flynn because he only got 6.5. He only got about 6 minutes. But if Fred VanVleet fouls out, I mean, I guess you got Scotty Barnes, but if you need a guard, then you might as well throw Malachi Flynn in just to get him some playoff minutes. You guys aren't really contending, but I can see you guys possibly beating a Milwaukee or a Celtics or a 76ers if you just somehow. I can definitely see that happening. Minnesota versus Wizards, I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm very surprised the Minnesota Timberwolves didn't just win this game because Porzingis had a good game. But I mean, I'm shocked. Anthony Edwards did not have a very good game, not very efficient. D'Angelo Russell had a decent game, pretty efficient, but Karl-Anthony Towns really was not efficient at all. OKC Trailblazers did not watch. Spurs Nuggets really didn't watch. I think the Nuggets did that on purpose, so the Lakers didn't make it. Grizzlies Jazz was a blowout, and then it became a really good game, and then the Jazz just they had Donovan Mitchell. That's all I gotta say, Donovan Mitchell. But he struggled, so really not Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, that's tough. Pelicans Kings really didn't watch that game because the Kings don't have anyone that's playing right now, and the Pelicans are a playing team. Now, what I do want to talk about, I'm going to make another video on the Los Angeles Lakers, what I think they should do to this roster, whatever. But Westbrook had 28 points. He shot 50% from the field, 2 or 3 from the three-point line, 75% from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He had a good game. Anthony Davis, 21 points, 13 rebounds, 10 of 18 shooting, 0 of 2 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He also had 13 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 assist. Anthony Davis, you need to do more. Anthony Davis, in this type of situation, you needed to have at least 30. I know you're coming back from an injury. You played the previous game was the first game you've played it in since like February, I think it was. But you being a Hall of Famer, you being a top 10 NBA player, a top 5 talent, when healthy, you need to do better in a game like this. LeBron James doesn't play. I understand. He's 37 in his 19th season, and he how do I say it? He got injured. He's injured. Anthony Davis, we needed you to do better. Westbrook, you did what you really could. Malik Monk could shoot a little bit more and try to make some more of those shots. Carmelo Anthony did not shoot good at all. 3 of 10, 30%. Like 2 of 6 from 3. Terrible. Austin Reeves. Giving Austin Reeves 30 minutes is not bad considering Avery Bradley only shot 4 times and Malik Monk only shot 7. It's really tough. But it was tough. And then Devin Booker had 32 points. Chris Paul only had 6 points, but he had 12 assists. And his plus minus was 22. So that just shows Chris Paul's effective. Man. And DeAndre Ayton had 22 points and 13 rebounds. Cam Payne had 4 points. and 11 assists. It wears off. Chris Paul wears off on you. Chris Paul just wears off on you. That was pretty much the end of that video. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and peace.